yesterday before I ended the 5 o'clock shadow, I gave Kim Burrell the L of the day, and rightfully so. I got a couple of inquiries and questions about that, and I was even told that I might be a sellout, and that a lot of people are not standing up for Christianity because they are not standing up for Kim Burrell and what happened. Pastor Kim Burrell has caught a lot of heat over the fact that during one of her sermons, which was posted online, she spoke vehemently against homosexual acts.
Tell you about sin. Come on! Come on! That sin nature, I'll get down the road with the other one, but that perverted homosexual spirit is a spirit of delusion and confusion, and it has deceived many men and women. And it's caused a stain on the body of Christ. And those homosexual spirits have been angry, and they come up against it. You gotta love everybody. Spit out the serpent. Come on. You cannot give instruction to God holiness with that much perversion. You as a man will open your mouth and take a man's penis in your face. You are perverted. And you cannot tell me what thus saith the Lord. Come on. You're perverted. Right. Come on. Go. You are a woman that will shake your face in another woman's breast. You are perverted. Yeah. It's real. It's real. And has come into our church and has embarrassed the kingdom of God. This Mr. I am delivered with all these different spirits. Went all the way to Jimmy Kimmel. You see what the enemy is looking for? Now you got Catherine Coleman. You got people walking the earth that's filled with God's holiness, that's wearing white, doing all they can to live for God. And nobody, they don't want nothing. They just want to please God. But they'll never get the faith. They'll never get the life. But the minute somebody comes out with a deaf and dumb spirit, a mute spirit, one that can't even talk, that has a perverted spirit, saying, I am delivered. You make it all the way to Jimmy Kimmel. You think the enemy is not trying to make a mockery out of the church? He is. Because the devil is giving platforms to overthrow the church. I've never seen anything as heartbreaking as watching Bishop Eddie Long go down to nothing. It's an embarrassment to the church. Because nobody would be thinking that you had AIDS and homosexual men didn't come out and reveal what you did behind closed doors. That's right. And you have yet to deny it. Come on.
She said, and I quote, "If you take a penis to the face, you cannot in the next breath say, 'Thus saith the Lord.'" I knew you guys would apply that. She also referred to it as the homosexual spirit. And the reason why she took this stance was due to Pastor Eddie Long, who was in a scandal in 2011 for allegedly having relationships with young boys who were part or members of his mega church. These boys would go with Pastor Long on extravagant vacations. He bought them jewelry, cars, and gifts. And allegedly, he slept with these boys and had sexual acts to the point where the boys themselves filed a lawsuit against him, and he settled out of court with them in 2011.
Atlanta megachurch preacher Eddie Long has reached an out-of-court settlement with 4 young men who accused him of sexual coercion. The case drew national attention because of Long's international fame as a televangelist who has crusaded against homosexuality and gay marriage. Long told members of his church he would fight the allegations, but instead it appears he's paid his accusers off to avoid further scrutiny.
And you know my motto, if you settle out of court, you might as well say that you were guilty. Now, maybe that's because I'm not on that level yet. I'm not famous enough to where I have to say, listen, I have work to do. I can't entertain going to court and fighting for public opinion. Let me just let me just pay whatever it is they want, so just to make them go away. And I don't think I would. If someone ever accused me, first off, I believe that if you molest someone, you should be stoned to death. Period. Stone them. If you molest someone, you should be stoned. Someone should stone you. You should be stoned to death. I vehemently believe, Wilson believes it too. If you molest, especially children, there is no other punishment fitting for you which is better than stoning. for Eddie Long. And what makes it worse is after he settled out of court, his church still supported him. He settled out of court, and his church was still like, you know what? Doesn't matter. We're here for you, Pastor. Facts. And she also, alongside of Bishop Eddie Long, attacked a man named Andrew Caldwell. If you that name is not familiar with you, Andrew Caldwell was the knucklehead who came on, whose video went viral a couple of years ago when he said, "I'm not gay no more. I'm delivered." All you have to do is Google "I'm delivered," V-E-R-T, and you will know exactly what I'm talking about.
Turn around and tell those people. Tell them, I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women. I'm not gay. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will love a woman.
So Andrew Caldwell, all you have to do is Google "he was delivered," and the viral video will just pop up everywhere. It's him saying, "I'm not gay no more. I'm just delivered," in all of his diva mannerisms that he could muster up. But yeah, she took aim at Eddie Long, saying, "Senior pastor of New Birth Ministry Baptist Church in Lithonia, Georgia, has for years lived under a cloud of allegations stemming from lawsuits filed by multiple men who says he engaged with them in sexual acts. Last September, he revealed he was battling an unidentified health challenge which caused significant weight loss. Many have publicly speculated he is suffering from AIDS, while his church has repeatedly refused to comment on his illness." This past weekend, or maybe a couple days before the New Year's, and this story was basically overshadowed by the fact that it is the New Year's, Eddie Long emerged. He hasn't been in church for a couple months. They said he was dealing with an illness. They had another pastor step in during his absence, and Bishop Eddie Long recently made his return to the church. He looks as if he weighs about 104 pounds. And if you remember Eddie Long, and if you are familiar with him, and you Google any old videos, YouTube any old videos of him, he looked to be at least 220 pounds. Easily 220. And now he looks like he's lost over 100 pounds. He looks sick. He looks like he's dying. And him and his church are still not revealing to the loyal church, who decided that they would stay with him no matter what. And now they're still not saying anything. I've never seen any, she also continued, "I've never seen anything as heartbreaking as watching Bishop Eddie Long go down to nothing. It is an embarrassment to the church, because nobody would be making that you have AIDS unless a homosexual man didn't come out and reveal what you did behind closed doors. They have yet to deny it," she says. Long settled with his accusers, Anthony Flagg, Maurice Robinson, Jamal Paris, and Spencer LeGrande, in May 2011, approximately 8 months after they leveled charges that he had coerced them into sexual relationships with him while they were teenage members of his congregation. So she was speaking, that's the reason why she was speaking out recently, but she made a lot of homophobic remarks. She said things such as, God ain't going to do nothing for no homosexuals. You are going to burn in hell. She also said things such as, you can't call yourself a woman of God while having your face in another woman's breasts. These are the things he said. And now we have a lot of people throwing shade at Pastor Kim Burrell for her stance against the LGBTQ community. Cole Burrell, who produced her album, which is the theme song of Hidden Figures, which is actually charting now, high on the charts, said he vehemently stands against any type of hatred or any type of homophobia. And that's basically was his opinion on the matter.